Hey there everyone, Hanyou here, and welcome back to Trails in the Sky. We're on the roof of the tower where we left off in the last episode, and yeah, so I'm guessing we're just gonna go around talking to people. Oh man, the taste of a cigarette is wonderful. Really? First, I wasn't in the mood to come to a story in a rural place like Roland, but sometimes these types of places aren't so bad. If you want to be rude like that, then maybe you shouldn't have come at all. No can do is a direct order from the editor-in-chief to teach that blockheaded girl a thing or two. Otherwise, I'd be all over the kingdom searching for the latest scoop right now. When you say scoop, don't you just mean gossip for your next article? Not that I have anything against gossip, but reportage is predominantly greater. And in that sense, the place that has my interest peaked in is Bose. The Bose region? Did something happen there? A number of large burglaries have taken place one after another. The identity of the criminals is unknown, but it seems as though the group has got a pair of wings. Wings? Oh, I see, an airship, right? What are they, sky bandits or something? That seems to be the most logical conclusion. But there's also the possibility that this could be an imitative deception by the Erebonian Empire. What? That's impossible. We're supposed to have a peace treaty with them. Sure, but the Empire incurred some heavy losses during the war 10 years ago. They can't do much now that every other nation on the continent has their eye on them, but it could be a way to get back at us. That said, nobody really knows for sure, which is why our job as reporters is to bring these things to light. Yeah, that's fair. I agree with that. Oh, Estelle, this place is wonderful, isn't it? It really is. That's a hell of a view. I quite enjoy it. I'm even starting to wonder if the number of photo quartz is going to be enough. The scenery sure is great, like you say. By the way, what's a photo quartz? It's an ultra-thin crystal circuit fabricated from septium. It's set up so that you can take a photograph by burning it with light. That's just what I'd expect from a camera woman, someone who knows the tools of the trade. Teehee. That reminds me, what's the deal with Joshua? Well, he says he's getting some fresh air. Raven-haired young man standing silently in that flowing breeze. I think I could take a really good picture with that kind of setting. Do you think he'd let me snap a shot of him if I asked? He doesn't seem to be a fan of that kind of stuff. I think he'd probably turn you down. Aw, what a waste. He's probably just shy, right? Probably. Speaking of which, how you doing over here? How you feeling, Joshua? Still a bit woozy. I'll be resting here a little longer, so why don't you keep looking around? Okay, if you insist. Oh, hi there. Estelle, was it? Is your partner feeling alright? Yeah, he said he just wants to get a bit of fresh air. I'm guessing he's probably reacting to this ancient machine, right? It's one of those plot points that just seems so very obvious. But, we'll see. There's certainly a nice breeze up here, isn't there? I wanted to say, however, that I'm impressed that both of you are bracers at such a young age. If I remember correctly, one must be at least 16 years of age to qualify to become a bracer, right? You sure know your stuff. And that's right, I'm exactly 16 myself. How nice it is to be young. There are limitless possibilities at that age. If I were about 10 years younger, I'd solve the mysteries of all these ancient ruins across the entire continent with these very hands. The entire continent, huh? That's a pretty tall order. Which means you're not from Liberal, right? No, I was born in the north. But just for the record, I'm not from Erebonia. Haha, you don't have to worry about that. Although I hate war with a passion, that hatred isn't directed at the people of the Empire. You lost someone dear to you? Oh, don't tell me her mom was killed during the war. Yeah, my mother. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up any painful memories. It's okay, it happened more than 10 years ago, and since then there's been a new addition to the family. Oh, so you mean that boy over there? Yeah, he's like a little brother. Although he's probably trying to act more like an older brother. Haha. I wonder why I'm telling you all of this. Usually this isn't the kind of thing a person tells others. Perfectly fine. Aren't good relations such a wonderful thing? Can I do something? No. Oh hey, Professor, did you learn anything new about the tower? No, unfortunately. I'm still puzzled as I was before I came up here. It seems like I'll need to do a comparative investigation of the other towers. By other towers, you mean the 3 towers outside of the Roland region, right? Yes, that's right. The Amberl Tower in the Bose region, and the Sephiroth Tower in the Ruan region. The Carnelia Tower in the Zeiss region. It seems as though all of these towers were built at around the same time as the Ismelis Tower. You're definitely knowledgeable on the subject, that's for sure. Investigating is fine and all, but do try and avoid the dangerous bits. And I know it'll cost you a little, but you might want to consider hiring a bracer as an escort next time. Unfortunately, being a poor scholar doesn't always leave me with the necessary funds. Oh, I know, if Joshua don't want to pose for a photograph, then how about you, Estelle? Would you mind if I took your photograph? Who, me? What do you want to do with a picture of me? Well, you're cute, and I feel this strong aura emanating from you. You might even be able to grace the cover of a magazine. Pass. No matter which way I think about it, that's just not my style. I feel like I just got dumped. Back to you again. Royal Army has also been reported to be making a number of new pushes as well. I tell you what, one of me is just not enough to cover all the news. What do you mean by new pushes? You see, there was a young smart apple in the War College, and it seems that he breathed a bit of new life into the understaffed and outdated Royal Army. I'd really like to figure out a way to get an appointment with the guy. By the way, cigarettes are the way to go at a time like this. The non-smoking boom in the Royal City has really started to feel oppressive. But the more I think about it, this is the one thing I can't quit. It's called an addiction! Oh well, I wonder what I should take a photograph of next. It appears as this device's functions have completely stopped. Under the right circumstances, however, it may be possible to activate it anew. Hey Joshua, why don't you go stand near that device? You still feeling sick, Joshua? No, I'm much better. I should be good to head back whenever everyone's ready. I'm relieved to hear that. What brought this all on, anyway? I doubt it was a lack of oxygen in the tower because the rest of us are alright. Maybe it was a sudden fear of heights. I don't think so. Estelle, Joshua. Are you finished taking pictures? You bet I am, and I got a lot of good ones, too. And it looks like we're done here. How about we head back to town? Alright, greenhorns, lead the way. I'm counting on you, children. Is it going to teleport us down, or are we going to have to run down? It teleported us down. Good. Thank you so much for escorting me back here. This is the first time I've ever been able to make it back from some ruins without being chased or bitten, or... I don't know how to begin to express my appreciation. You don't need to thank us, it's our duty as bracers. I think you'd be better off hiring some bracers to begin with next time you go off to investigate some ruins. My head says yes, but my wallet says no. I'll try and save up a bit, though. Well, have a wonderful day, and I hope we can all meet again. I think it's about time we said goodbye as well. I was a bit nervous at first, but you kids did a fine job. Let me just say thank you to the both of you. That's what I like to call raw skill. Now don't get all cocky on me. The bracers I know would make you two look like little fledglings, not ready to leave the nest. You're going to need to work harder. I'll try to remember that. So are the two of you headed back to the company soon? Nah, we're gonna spend a day or so relaxing here in Roland. I need to write up a rough draft for some articles and such. I'll head over to the Orbital factory and get the photographs developed. Take it easy, you two. Alright. I guess this is the last of the jobs we got from Dad. They were much tougher than I thought they'd be. I agree with you there. I feel like I have a greater awareness now about what it means to be a bracer. It's not just about fighting for justice. There you go again, saying all the right things. But yeah, I guess I get where you're coming from. It seems like we've got a long road ahead of us if we want to succeed in this profession. For the time being, why don't we report to the guild? That sounds like a good idea. Oh, but before we go, how are you doing? Still not feeling well? Thanks for asking, but I'm feeling a lot better. Alright, back to the guild. Here. Okay. Oh, Stella and Joshua. Sheriff, what are you doing here? This is a rare occasion. You're usually out and about. I just finished the jobs I took over for your father, and I was reporting to the guild. So you finished your load too, huh? Somehow or other, I guess. I heard from Ina that you guys aren't doing too bad yourselves. I guess everything I went through to train the two of you amounted to something. Pete, we're grateful too. Well, I guess we'll report in as well then. Go ahead, let's hear what you've got. Reported about escorting the reporters. Received payment for the liberal media. Nice amount of Mira, nice amount of BP. Didn't rank up yet, though. Good work, you two. How about you, Sherazard? Don't you think they've done a fine job? For a bunch of newbies, you did an average job, but you shouldn't be satisfied with that level of work. Especially you, Estelle. You're always the first to get on that high horse of yours. Okay, I get it already. Good work, all of you. I'm surprised that you were able to fill the work gap left by Cassius so quickly. I wonder if we'll be able to relax for a bit now. I don't know, I can imagine that the downtime might be a bit of a drag. Well, that won't be a problem since there are plenty of other small jobs like patrolling the roads and exterminating monsters. It's been a while since I've been able to take a break. Alright, it's time for my reward. I'm going to drink until I can't drink anymore tonight. Estelle, Joshua, you two join me as well. We have to watch you get plastered and make a fool of yourself? Oh, so what you're saying is you're going to turning down my invitation? Got a lot of nerve to do something like that to your mentor. What am I supposed to say? Your drinking habits are intolerable. You cause a ruckus, dance like a maniac, and try to strip in public. Agreed, it's pretty embarrassing. Sherazard, just where do you think you're going to take these underage kids? Come on, the alcohol is what makes things interesting. But if you're so against coming along with me, then I don't need you, Estelle. Really? Yep. Instead, I'll just have Joshua make up for your absence. Oh boy. Why me? Shara? Now hold on a minute. Gee, Joshua, you look like you'll make a fine companion. Whether we're talking booze or something else behind closed doors, I'll help break you in. But break me in? Alright, you big pervert, Joshua. Why are you drooling like that? It's not what you think. But we've got a major problem. Uh-oh. Huh? Mayor Klaus? Wheeze, cough, pant. Estelle, Joshua, and Sherazard, I'm glad to see you. Saved by the Bell. What's wrong, sir? And why are you in such a hurry? This is terrible. My home. Disaster. It's gone. What? Alright, calm down, Mayor Klaus. Take a deep breath and let it out. Apparently, it seems as though my home was robbed while I was out. What? That's not being calm at all, Estelle. I had something to speak with Father Divine about, so I was over at the chapel, and when I came home, it was rather odd for no one to greet me. Whoops. Wait, what about your wife and Lita? You'll have to pause it and read that part. Don't worry, they're both fine. I found them locked up in the attic room. That's a relief to hear. It's lucky that no harm came to anyone. It won't get us anywhere just sitting around here, so could you take us to the crime scene, Mayor Klaus? Absolutely, I appreciate your cooperation. Wait for me, I'm going too. Good idea, we may be able to be of some help. Well, if you insist. I know, we'll be at the mayor's office, mayor's place investigating the incident. If you have anything come up, just toss it on Ridge's shoulders. I'm sure he's just relaxing at the bar anyway. Yes, I'll do that, and everyone be careful. Alright, well. Oh my. Well, how many people knew about the thing that we delivered to you, huh? I mean, the whole town did, because the whole town was talking about it, though nobody knew it was you who not very many people knew it was you who got it. Or, because everybody says, like, I was wondering who bought that, etc., etc., so... Curious. Wow, this place is an absolute mess. The crooks tore through here. Look at the safe. The septium, which was supposed to be given to Her Majesty the Queen, has been stolen. I'm really sorry, especially after having you go to all the trouble of bring it here. It's not you who should be apologizing, it's the crooks who are in the wrong. By the way, how are the other rooms in the house? The other rooms are, for the most part, appear to have been left untouched. They're about as messy as the attic room, which my wife and Lita were locked up in. Which means they knew what they were looking for, and they knew the most likely location of what they were looking for. Okay, maybe our new friend wasn't very friendly. But then again, there was also the guy in the mines who was also very suspicious. Huh. I have two suspects right now. The grad student or whatever that was here when we delivered it, and the person at the mine who was acting suspicious when we picked it up. Who would also know that the mayor was going to be the receiver of it. Considering he was working there, and he was there when the chief said that we were delivering it to the mayor, I believe, right? Huh. So, those are my two suspects. Obviously, the most suspicious of the two is the person from the mine, but can't rule anyone out right now. Estelle, Joshua, there's something I want you to do, which is, I'll speak with the mayor about the incident. I want you two to check out the inside of the house. You mean like an on-site investigation? Are you sure we're up to the task? Since we're all here, splitting up would be the best way to cover the most ground, no? Alright, we'll see what we can do. Proceed carefully and deliberately. Alright, Mayor Klaus, how about we talk in the parlor? Sure, now where to begin? On-site investigation, huh? I'm starting to get butterflies in my stomach. How about we start from this room? And let's not forget to ask for witness statements from the other residents. Sounds like a plan. Obviously. Best place to start. The gift we delivered to the mayor for the queen is... Those crooks are not gonna get away with this. Doesn't look like they jimmied the door either. She was in the room when he put it in the safe. She saw the combination. Or, there's two possibilities here. The grad student told the person the combination, or was one of the people taking place in the robbery, or one of the other people in the house knew the combination for the safe. The only way we could narrow this down is if we ask the mayor if he's the only one who knew the combination for the safe. Doesn't look like they jimmied the door either. They must have decrypted the combination and opened it, or could they really have cracked the combination? It's not impossible, but I imagine it'd be difficult for anyone besides a skilled pro. My best guess is that they figured out the combination using a much simpler means. What do you mean by simpler means? Well, let's see. They could have, for example, dusted the buttons with a special powder. Powder like that would have absorptive properties, and due to its fineness, it would be invisible to the naked eye. However, if a blue light were placed over it, it would glow. Alright, and... Now let's imagine for a minute that the mayor entered the combination with the powder present. The powder on the buttons would stick to his fingers and come off. This would be one way to know which buttons were pressed. Oh, wait a minute, wouldn't they still know the order? Still not know the order in which the buttons were pressed? That's not exactly the case. As the powder collected on the fingers increased, the amount taken from the buttons would decrease, that's true. In other words, the crooks would press the buttons in order, starting from least luminescence. It would be a little more difficult if there were duplicate numbers, but the crooks should be able to make a pretty good guess as to what they are. Makes sense. Joshua, are you a genius or something? That's just basic knowledge. Anyway, let's check out the buttons. Just as I thought, powder was used. Okay, well, that then rules out the college student. No, now there's no doubt in my mind that the safe was opened using the same method. Well, wait a second, though. College student could have put the powder on the buttons. Seems the most reasonable explanation for that. Alright, well. Still suspect, then. Now there's no doubt in my mind that the safe was opened using the same method I just explained. Oh, right. Now the big question is, who dusted the buttons with that powder? We know it would have to at least be someone who visited the residence. Right. Now, figuring out who that is, that's going to be the tricky part. It's just like the mayor to have a ton of difficult books like this. Looks like he's got some valuable antique books here as well. Criminals either had no idea about the value of the books, or... This is just a clutter box, right? And it's empty as well. The box lock looks like it was burned off. Criminals may have used an orbital gun. Kind of difficult books. So, same. This place is all torn apart. Lita would probably faint if she saw this. It looks like all the books on the shelf have been scattered about the room. Seems kind of senseless to have done all this. Nothing out here? Alright. What's this? This pot's been tipped over, but there's nothing inside. Looks like it only tipped over after being hit by something with force. Alright. Anything to investigate here? This place is fairly clean. Are you alright, ma'am? Yes, I'm fine. The intruders weren't violent towards us. Is there anything you noticed in particular about the intruders? They're wearing masks, so I wouldn't be able to tell you about any specific features. That reminds me, I'm certain the front door was locked. Huh. I locked the door just to be safe since my husband had gone to the chapel and there were just the two of us here. Wonder how in the world they got in. I had such a scare. I was cleaning up the attic when suddenly a bunch of masked men came barging in. Masked men, huh? That means this wasn't a one-man job. How many people were in the group? I'd probably guess about 3 or 4. Oh, that reminds me, one of them was short. It might have even been a girl. Alright. Nothing here. Anything, anything. This is what things looked like when I came home. I didn't get a glimpse of the criminals either. Are you really done investigating? It seems a little too quick to me. How about looking around a little more carefully? I'm sure there's something you've missed. Okay. Said that the door was locked at the time of the burglary, right? Doesn't look like the lock's been broken either, which means they got in another way. Where, though? Yeah, yep. I think I've investigated everything here. Oh, what's this? Looks like there's some marks on this railing. You're right, and they're fresh, too. Looks like something metal dug into the wood. Alright, I think that's everything. Which means they grappled up here. Seems too quick. Is there anything I missed? Anything at all? Can I go outside now? Yes, I know. I want to look outside, see if I can't find a grapple hook or something. Or anything I can interact with, anything at all. Can I talk to you again? Looks like the intruders took off with a bunch of preserved food. Wonder if they were hungry. Alright, same thing. You got anything else for me? When I think about the fact that I'm going to have to clean up that study, my head starts to spin. When I get my hands on those criminals, I'm gonna have them give them a beating like they'll never forget. Alright. Got everything. Hold on, I saw... Can't rotate my screen. I thought I saw an exclamation mark pop up. Did that, did the bookshelves, did the pot, did the safe. I just need to talk to those two again? Or am I really missing something? I feel like a button to highlight interactable objects, that'd be useful. Ted took a bunch of preserved food. Can't do anything in here, though. There's nothing in here. Letterbox, right? Yeah. Already worked out how the crooks open the safe, so let's check somewhere else. Place all torn apart, legal with paint inside. Yeah. Okay. Anything else about these books? No. Damn it! No, go back outside. Something metal and strong enough. Okay, so I have to examine this twice. Strong enough to leave marks, huh? Seems like something worth jotting down in our bracer notebooks. Got everything? Think that's everything. Now will you let me talk to you? Are you sure there's something I missed? Because I don't think I've missed anything. There's no interaction stuff down here. How about you? This is what things look like when I came home. Didn't get a glimpse of the criminals either. Okay. Nope. Anything in the attic? Ah, wait, hold on. What was that? Ah, there we go. Huh? What's this? Surveys leaf. Whatever. Don't you think it's a bit strange for a leaf to be in a place like this? On top of that, it's not a type that grows around here. You're sharp, Estelle. This is the place where the residents were locked up. It was probably dropped by one of the criminals as they were locking everyone up. So it's a key piece of material evidence, right? Now I think I got everything. We good? Please tell me we're good. Okay, we're good. I had the mayor run me through all the details. How about you two? Did you find anything? Found lots of new evidence. Alright, let's check the details one by one and see what you've come up with. First off, what were the criminals after? Septium in the safe. How many of them were there? Group of 3 to 4. Where did they get into the house from? Terrace on the 2nd floor. Point blank, what is the portrait of those thought to have committed the crime? Traveler who visited recently. I'd like to say... I mean, one of the most suspicious people I've met so far was at the mine. But, you know... Traveler who visited recently. Wow, you did a good job investigating. Looks like we'll be able to specify who the criminals are with this information. Mayor Klaus. Over the past 2 or 3 days, have you had any new faces in your study? When you put it that way, I guess there's a number of people. The reporter from the magazine company was one. Oh, so those two came to visit you too, huh? But at the time of the crime, they were with us at the Nellis Tower. I think we can cross them off the list of suspects. I see, so Mayor Klaus, were there any others? Other than that, there was only Josette. Ha ha ha. But let's not kid ourselves here. Haha. I think it'd be a bit of a stretch for her to be our thief. After all, she's a student at the Royal Academy. Criminals aren't always dressed so they can be easily spotted. As for their school uniform, if someone put their mind to it, they could create a replica. But I'm telling you, she was a really nice girl. She was modest and courteous. Right, Joshua? I'm sorry to say this, but I completely disagree. Huh? During that time, when the mayor put the septium into the safe, the girl's eyes lit up like a hunter's eyeing their prey. eyeing her prey. Of course, since I had no conclusive evidence, I couldn't call her out on it. But that leads me to... But at least to me, she didn't look like any ordinary student. Really? You must be joking. Unbelievable. At any rate, it looks like we're going to have to ask this girl a few questions. You wouldn't happen to know where she is, would you? If I remember right, she should be staying at the hotel, but she said something about taking off from Roland sometime today. It looks like we're going to have to hurry then. Stell, Joshua, let's try the hotel first. Right. Understood. Alright, well, we're going to be ending this episode here. If you liked it, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more content in the future. Until next time, everybody, have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye. Oh, by the way, happy 700th episode for me. So, yeah, that's a thing. Oh, well, you know, 700th episode. Might as well give my little pitch. If you're interested in supporting me or my channel at all, or my Twitch channel, if you came here from Twitch, check out my Patreon. Links in the description down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.